Hello everyone, it's 5 Points. I know this isn't my usual video, but I just want to quickly take you through some interesting Guilty Gear footage I gathered, today, and let's just analyze it, and then before I move on to the next segment. So as you can see, at the beginning here, I've jumped in, I've air dashed, immediate DP from the Kai player. That's interesting, isn't it? But I combo him, it's like, it's a normal match, I do my mix-ups. Oh! But that's interesting, because that is interesting. Hold on, let's do input history, and let's display that. Let's just go back to the beginning. I'll fast forward to that part, because this game luckily has a fast forward button. So let's just fast forward to that part, yep. So, for those of you who don't know, that move, that uppercut he does there is a Dragon Punch, an invincible reversal. And you need to do forward facing your opponent and, do the rest of the input, which is just pretty much a quarter circle. So that is very hard to do when Chip uses his move here to his Alpha Blade to get to the other side of you, because you can see I'm on the other side of him. But then he perfectly does it as I land. I'm on the other side of him. See how he's doing forward before he even kind of sees my Alpha Blade even come out. Now, good players can do this. Very good players can do this. But this was kind of the first round of the game. I hadn't done this mix-up yet, because this was our first round, first game, so I was kind of surprised he reacted that quickly. Tech to grab there. Alright, so I'm thinking, okay, this guy's good. This guy's got the sauce. Things kind of continue like normal, but things kind of get interesting in this round. He's kind of reacting to things. He's reacting to my backdashes perfectly. He's kind of reacting to everything perfectly. He's doing very good attempts. My command grab does get him there. I'm getting him. He can't block too good. He can block, but not too good. You see my command grab got him twice there. But I think it's interesting he went for the exact same 6P reaction twice in a row, because you could see him start to fling his elbow over, and that is Kai's forward punch. So I'm going to get burst back here in a sec. And, yep. He techs the grab again. Every grab I've gone for, he's teched. He uses Dragon Install here, a move Kai players never use because it's terrible, but you don't really have to worry about that if your reactions and inputs are literally perfect. Fortunately, he cannot react to the DP. Yep, he blocks that overhead. And then I burst. Keep in mind, in Guilty Gear, burst is pretty much your combo breaker. He hadn't even hit me yet, not even attempting to set up a burst bait. But he did very quickly, upon seeing this burst, before humans could react, forward Roman cancel, which is this thing right here. Which, as you can imagine, is a very hard reaction to do, because you have to hit forward twice and then do Roman cancel. So of course then I die here. Well, yep. He tried to be fancy and do a gold burst. So ladies and gentlemen, you can probably see where I'm going with this, but it's almost like, once I show you the second game, it's almost like, wow, this is kind of like a robot. He's kind of doing things pretty quickly. So let's just view the second game. I don't think things get interesting in this one until the second round, so I'm just going to skip to that. But, maybe he's just a really good player. Maybe he's just the god. Maybe he's just the hope we need in this universe. So let's just skip to the next round. I think I jump in at the start here. Okay, so immediate run-up gold burst into reaction to my sweep. He runs up and he perfectly reacts to my backdash here by doing a 6P. And I'm just going to say this. You saw the title of the video. If I played 9 games with this guy. If I didn't backdash there, I would have been grabbed. You know how I know that? Alright. Let's just keep going, though. I try to go in for an air attack. He Dragon Punches, kind of like the start of the first game. And fun fact, if you ever fight this player in Guilty Gear, if you ever do a jump in, he will do a perfectly timed Dragon Punch in order to counter your jump in. Yep, he did it again right there. He Roman cancels up. He tried to air grab me there, I think, but I hit him out of it. You can hit him with mix-ups, his, Oh, and I bursted again. And mid his Founder Arc, or whatever that move is called on Kai, he did the forward Roman cancel again. Interesting. And then, of course, I'm dead. And you're probably thinking to yourself, 5 points? I've seen you stream Guilty Gear. No, you haven't, because not a lot of people in this in my community watch my Guilty Gear streams where I do the Panda Global tournaments, but maybe you should, because I get top 8 in those a lot, and it's pretty fun, and you should watch them, because Guilty Gear is a fun game series, but you're probably thinking to yourself, 5 points. You just got beat twice in a row by a Tower Kai. How could this happen to you? Aren't you the god of Guilty Gear? Don't you got them burst baits? What the hell, man? But ladies and gentlemen, let me show you something real quick. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our opponent's match page, where it keeps track of their win-loss ratio, and it's like, damn, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 8-1, we'll get to that later. 9-0, 9-0, it's like, damn, this guy must be the greatest Guilty Gear player of all time. I mean, let's go to his second page even. 9-0, 6-0, 3-0, 2-0, 6-0, 1-0, 9-0. This dude's never lost in a game in his entire life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once you know it, he's been marked as a cheater by community reports, and I looked him up after I fought him the first time, because they're like, damn, how is this dude getting... This dude must be a god. He must be the go-to Guilty Gear player. Let me look him up. And once you know, there's a whole thread about people bitching about him, like, oh, namely a RAM player called Alter. People be like, oh, Alter uses scripts. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is a cheating man in a fighting game. Isn't that interesting? So now let's get on to the interesting part. So, ladies and gentlemen, after discovering his cheating ways, I decided I'm going to make it a personal challenge. This dude with perfect reaction times, perfect everything, I must defeat him. It is the Chip Gaming way. I ain't no fucking quitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this match, which I will be analyzing in great detail. So after 8 matches, essentially, because this was like the 9th one, I essentially learned how his script or his auto-controller or whatever he was using worked. So, at the start of the round, he'll wait for you to do something. Like, if you throw out a move, he will perfectly whiff punish it. Like, if you run up, he just grabs him. No one ever does this. Like, this is just something people don't do. Like, I backdash, perfectly reacts to it to a 6B, and I burst there rather than later, because if he has meter, he'll just do it, so it's better to burst early in this scenario. So yep, perfectly anti-air. I just do everything I can, I try to get away from him. I whiff a move, and that down slash move you saw there on Chip, if you whiff it, this is a very rare thing in Guilty Gear and fighting games in general, if you whiff it, you can cancel it and do another move. So his script or whatever saw me whiff that move, but Chip can whiff cancel his down slash into his down heavy, which is how I got him in this combo here. So I actually figured out eventually how to turn his little script together. I try not to do anything around start, so I'm just waiting for him to do things to see if I can whiff punish him, because a bot can't essentially change what your frame data is. And my opponent is very weak to Alpha Blade, because his bot, I don't think for some reason, can detect cross-ups unless it's in the context of a DP, like in the first match. So this dude is terrible at defense. Like, if I do, like, perfect offensive maneuvers, his bot cannot essentially block it, because, yeah, I backdash there, but yeah, he whiffs that. I try to do a block string here, doesn't work out. And yeah, like, he's, like I said, pretty much perfectly reacting. This makes defense very hard, since if you block for a while, he will just grab you. I suppose you can tech it. But yeah, like, I jump in there, DP. And you can probably see, like, I have inputs on, I'm not paying attention to them because I'm commentating the match. But you can, if you observe them, you can probably see, like, they're fucking perfect or something. Like, so I jump in there, I try to get in. But yeah, you pretty much have to play new, like, I whiff punished his fireball there, like, because a bot can't even change frame data, you can still whiff punish things. Burst again there, well, he doesn't have meter, because it's pointless to burst. And here's the thing, sometimes if you jump in and do an attack, his bot will miss, so, like, I tried to get a counter punish there on the end line, but it didn't work. Yep, 6P. Like, oh, yeah, like, he fucking YRC'd, got the perfect punish, because he whiffed. And that's a thing Kai can do normally, like, do that kick, have it meaty, but then have it recover fast enough to block after the invincible dragon punch. It's, but, like, he just does it perfectly. Like, Kai's can't do this, but it's still something he does perfectly. But, yeah. Does that. Doesn't have enough meter to super punish, so I'm on my low life here. But, again, the end game here is essentially a whiff punish. So I just do raw super here, I say fuck it. He blocks the Alpha Blade. I don't jump in. I do a backdash there, because if I do jump in, he'll just Dragon Punch. Again, I'm not committing to an attack. But then he whiffs that shit again, because his bot whiffs that combo every time for some reason. And then I just try to do a block string here, and I do catch him here, because his bot is actually programmed to anti-air every time, be it a DP or a 6P. Whenever you do Alpha Blade in the corner, it always does 6P, I noticed. So I got him into a situation where, okay, I knew his bot would force him to anti-air, but if you do that move far away enough, anti-air whiffs, and then you kill him. And then I actually beat him. So even though I lost 8 games, consider that this guy literally pretty much has a perfect win streak. So I think the fact that I took a game off of somebody who's literally using hacks, even though I lost 8 times, is testament enough to, well, I'm godlike. And, like, this is going to turn into a bit of a call-out post now. I'll just play another bot game so you can see my thought process here eventually evolving while I do my call-out post section. Alter, you use hacks to literally have frame-perfect reactions to bursts and whiff punishes every time, and you still lost? Like, are you... You must be the actual... Okay, see, I didn't do an attack there, I just did an air dash, but rather than DPing, he did an air grab, so which is why I was doing back dashes in the air in my final game, so he would whiff those, but pretty much. Imagine having literal perfect bot reaction, and you're still shit. Like, you must be, again, that thing happened, you must be like the actual worst fucking fighting game player, literally of all time. Literally of all time, if you have frame perfect reactions and still lose. Like, actually uninstall the game at this point. If like, you losing should not even be a possibility. It literally should not be a possibility. It literally shouldn't be a possibility. So, if you losing literally has a 0% chance of happening, and I still beat you, A, that makes me godlike. And that makes you literally the shittiest fucking fighting game player of all time. You're probably not going to watch this. That'd be my bet. Because my channel doesn't get that many views, but my viewers will know that this dude is literally the worst fucking fighting game player of all time. Like, in a real match, like, I could have my button-mashing sister who knows nothing about fighting games fight this guy, and she'd win. Like, he must be that shitty to have a 0% chance of losing and still losing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know this isn't my usual video, but I thought it'd be funny to, like, do a little, oh, I beat this hacker guy, haha. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, blah, 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 and all that, and Alter, uninstall the game, you're fucking trash, dude, like, holy shit.